with Cone Health, the Greensboro Public Library, and the Weaver Foundation, are ways in which we can really invest in community development and supporting Greensboro neighborhoods to enhance communities' quality of life. In 2016, its 15th year, Building Stronger Neighborhoods made grants to 17 neighborhoods totaling over $28,000. And also another little personal indicator with Building Stronger Neighborhoods, this coalition has been a great way to put landlords on notice. There was a community in town when landlords were just really taking advantage of the poor and low-income families that were in a particular neighborhood, and this organization put them on notice. Another role, navigator, as I mentioned before, with the aim of our foundation's DNA to look and feel like the community we represent, 2015, we sought after a grant with the W.K. Kellogg Foundation in order to help steer our community's often untapped groups and steer them towards the various philanthropic means and opportunities that the foundation offers. And out of that, birthed our Expanding Community Giving initiative, which is headed up by Aiken Lindsay. We received a second grant actually from the W.K. Kellogg because of our work in the past year and to continue our work of supporting philanthropy for donors of color. And in 2017, we will be assisting 3 different culture groups in establishing giving circles. In 2017, we're also launching an African American philanthropy series, and we've already opened a handful of funds already that are established by people of color at the foundation as a direct result of this initiative. And then as a result of this initiative, we've also developed a strategic fund plan which focused on resource development within communities of color. This park is a primary example of my wizard motif. Come on in, ease on down. Okay, no, I won't do that. And what makes this work most rewarding for me? Having the ability to work with, of course, I'm just gonna put this down here, put it over here. But I have to go back because I want to really make sure we show that, this image, because I think it's fantastic. But that we have the ability to work with such generous individuals and organizations. Carolyn LeBauer left the bulk of her estate for the creation of a state-of-the-art, fantastic park for Greensboro. And we're able to make people's charitable dreams come true, as the wizard. Whether it's to leave a legacy or move a needle most effectively for certain issues, invest in someone's education, or promote philanthropic leadership within youth, if it's charitable, we're gonna pretty much get it done. Of course, if it's legal for my attorneys out there, don't look at me side-eye.
You upset it.
I upset it. I'm sorry. Well, I'll keep going.
Yeah, that's looks like it's at the end. It's not working.
Oh, there it is. But next is being a navigator. So being this navigator that the foundation that the role takes couples philanthropy with the collective impact and good of donors. I have the privilege of being the direct staff to 3 of our strategic initiatives. Strategic initiatives that are permanent grant-making endowments of the foundation's 600+ funds. Women to Women is one of those. Women to Women made their first multi-year investment in 2014 to the YWCA's Passion to Purse program, which gives low-income to no-income women a chance to build their micro-enterprise and get in cycles of poverty. And this came out of a research study, which I think this group is just dynamic in their thinking about making high-impact grants. Commissioned a study with the state to see what were the priorities that our women and their children are facing. And what rose to the top was economic security. And so immediately this group of 84 women said, we have to invest in that area of economic security. Right now, the endowment is at $3.6 million with a $5 million goal. And each year, the organizations, in addition to their multi-year investment, makes grants to deserving organizations that stand in the gap for women and their families. The luncheon, we have a celebration luncheon, which some of you wives, I know that attend at the Corey Convention Center. And this year will be October 16th, where Andy McDowell will be our speaker. Future Fund is another great initiative that I have the pleasure to work with, and that helps to nurture philanthropic leadership for young professionals. So emerging leaders get the chance to participate in innovative form of philanthropy. And they do this through a membership contribution, which goes towards the endowment, and they serve on a steering committee that provides the governance and oversight of their grant making. They work with the community in order to learn about some of these grant-making priorities, and they grant to deserving organizations each year. And many of our future funders, which is the crux of why this initiative even came to be, open up their own funds, their own nonprofits, and serve on nonprofit boards. And many of those involved, they get a first-hand seat of what's going on in our community. Some of our future funders didn't know that we were on the top of the totem pole for a place for those that suffer from food insecurity, or the top 10 of those that report human trafficking. I mean, they were astounded, and this is a place where they can really attach their charitable heart for giving and really nurture that philanthropic leadership. Public Art Endowment. This is another great example of a great initiative with the Community Foundation. The endowment is to preserve and expand Greensboro's sense of community and placemaking through public art and long-term permanent placements of art around our city. It's the only fund in its area, and it was developed by a lead gift by Shell Bray for their 20th anniversary. And I also love it because it's a place where we can empower our local artists and making placemaking features like this Elkman sculpture, possible by the Armfield Foundation, who entrusted us to commission a work of art to be in this place. And we all know that placemaking and art really attaches and helps residents connect with their city. And so this is a great example of what the Public Art Endowment does and how this really helps our space. Next, as navigators, walking alongside this young generation in the development, as I referred to as far as our future fund, we also have a Teen Grant Making Council, so we get them young, which selected last year, their grant making priorities last year were food insecurity and school pressures and academics as the funding focus for last year. These 30 high school students conduct grant seeker interviews, they go on site visits, they have leadership academies, leadership development, all to help spur them on in philanthropic leadership. So as a convener, navigator, and connector, also the Guilford Nonprofit Consortium, which offers tons of support to our area nonprofits. And they do this by collaborating with various organizations to offer over 40 trainings per year. And they offer these trainings to our board directors, to the nonprofit staff. And right now the consortium serves over 275 nonprofits. Stephen Tanger Center is breaking ground April 26th, so please save the date. And if you're interested in attending, please let me know. So this is another example of convener, really coming behind how can we make this an economic vital place. The city of Greensboro charged the Community Foundation to address the feasibility of building such building. And in 2013, Stephen Tanger committed $7.5 million with the challenge for the fundraising team of Tanger to raise $35 million for this $61 million building. And so there's still various naming opportunities. I also put that out there as my role as Senior Development Officer. If you're interested, please let me know. But as we know, a performing arts center and those placemaking of arts are all great places where our community can grow and we can support. Here's another, that was another picture of a rendering. So finally, at the end of this yellow brick road, we've proven to be a place where individuals can make an impact on issues that they most care about. And we offer ways in situations where identifying where to focus one's philanthropy can be challenging, or we make it less cumbersome and more transformational for the donor. It's a place where you can give to, give through, and give with. And whether it's connecting your client while making you look awesome as professional advisors to trusted, easy ways for their estate planning, or your charitable dreams that you need some affirmation, you need support, and you need ease and access of getting it done, or perhaps you're passionate about empowering women and children and want to contribute to making an even bigger splash with those that also resonate with your cause. Or perhaps you want to sow a legacy for your children's and their children's children and the next generation to come. Whether today or tomorrow, we hope that you'll think of the Community Foundation of Greater Greensboro for starting those relationships and conversations. We're able to accept virtually any type of gift, as most of you know, and we offer simple, personalized services for you that are trusted, effective investment management, and knowledge of our community. So as a community foundation, I hope that some of our takeaways that we're not just a charitable banking account or financial institution. We're not always asking for money. We're also not made of trees like your grandmother used to say, oh, I'm not made of trees and just giving money away, but that we are conveners, connectors, and navigators, and wizards, the Community Foundation of Greater Greensboro. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak with you today, and if you have any questions or want to speak with me further in detail about what I've shared today, I'll be more than happy. I'll be standing in the back to speak with you. Thank you very much.
We have time for maybe one, maybe two questions. Anybody have a question? All right, you must have covered it all. Thank you for being here. All right, so we have one more duty to do before you leave. It's a really important wrap all that. You will take a ticket and read the last three for us.
722.
722.
You always look so
Anybody? Going once?
They left.
Going twice?
Rotary wins.
Rotary wins again. All right, guys, have a great Easter.